Georgia, where Winder-Barrow Bulldogs will be taking on the Richmond Hill Wildcats. And this is semifinals, quarterfinals. Sweet 16 for 6A baseball here in the state of Georgia. Division 6, and as you know, in the state of Georgia, it only goes up to 7, so this is right up next to the top. So we'll cruise down the starting lineups as Tim gets all settled in here and is able to, as he is in. As we get ready to get all settled in. It's a beautiful day for baseball, isn't it, Tim?
Oh, man. What absolutely, well, a heck of a lot better than the last couple of days, that's for sure. Oh, yeah. My goodness.
The rain,
man, please.
The rain has subsided.
Well, I guess the baseball gods wanted me to get here because they tried to put every obstacle they could possibly put in my way, from losing my wallet this morning trying to get out of Richmond Hill all the way to putting agricultural equipment and painting the lines on 441 trying to get up here. But we made it. We're here. Oh, my goodness. And we're ready for some baseball. You know, Winder-Barrow wanted us to go gently into the night, but we refused to do that, brother.
Yeah, rumor has it, now this is just rumor, that because we could have played the game yesterday early on. The rain wasn't supposed to come.
You think they may have allowed that?
I don't know, and just rumor and talk, but their fans couldn't be here. The fans couldn't take off work. So.
Well, yeah, yeah, you wouldn't have had a crowd. Number two, what about the umpires? I knew probably the umpires had day jobs.
Day jobs also.
You know,
yep.
But no.
So as you know, folks, Richmond Hill will be the visiting team today. They lost the coin toss after Wednesday night's doubleheader. So real quick, starting lineups for the Winder-Barrow. They're basically going with the same exact starting lineup. They got Pat DeMarco, their center fielder, batting first. Their third baseman, Trent Maddox, batting second. The catcher, who killed us the first game, Bo Hanna, is batting third. The starting pitcher for the first game, now playing shortstop, Will Hardigree. And pitching today's game is Zach Smith. Zach played shortstop and third base the first couple games. Batting sixth is the first baseman, Casey Thurman. Batting seventh is the DH, Daniel Bice. Batting eighth is left fielder, Sam Darling. Batting ninth is the right fielder, Skyler Murphy. And names all sound familiar.
Yep, and
Zach Smith is on the mound.
The designated hitters designated hitting for the second baseman,
Jackson Helton. All right, for the Wildcats.
Umpires are taking the field. Oh,
nice.
Sorry. Go ahead, Paul.
So for the Wildcats, starting off, Rick Mitchell at shortstop, Braden Henley at second base, Jackson Finley in right field, Kip Gibson behind the plate, Chris Sewell in center field, Evan Vaughn is the designated hitter, Brandon Becker's at first base, Will McGrath is at third base, Will Schumann is in left field.
And starting pitching, number 19 in your programs, but number 1 in your hearts, Casey Green.
Casey's, I think he's going to see right where he can pick up where he left off the other night.
Well, what an awesome job he did the other night, coming in with bases loaded and shut them down. Got 2 ground outs and an unbelievable play by Rick Mitchell at shortstop to end the ball game.
Yeah, Rick Mitchell went up high.
Unbelievable.
Went up high to get that line drive. He went up, snagged it.
Pulled it away from the baseball gods. It was unreal.
So to take you back to the end of that game, they had bases loaded. They
I don't know if my heart can take it.
I know. Just a couple people have asked me, hey, how'd it go again, though? So the second game ended up, they loaded the bases. They bring in Casey as a pitcher. They ground out to the first baseman. They hit a ground ball. First baseman comes home for the force out.
Right.
Out number 1. Bases still loaded. Again, they get a ground ball to the first baseman. He again comes home. Force out for the second out. So everybody's hearts are thumping, and third out, hit a line drive. Rick Mitchell jumps up and snags it for the third out. Wildcats.
Rob's the pitcher.
Yeah, that was the pitcher too.
The pitcher of the night, and we kind of lost our minds there for a few minutes, but gathered it back together and finally told everybody that the Wildcats won.
So what do you see as keys today for the Wildcats?
Basically the basic fundamentals again, execution of the fundamentals, trying to keep the big hitters, Bo Hanna and their leadoff batter, Pat DeMarco, trying to keep that leadoff batter off base and not give up a mistake. Got to watch out for the mistakes for pitching.
All right, so we're getting ready to start the national anthem, introductions and the national anthem. We'll let you listen for a little bit, but we're going to put on some public service announcements here for you.
This is the beginning of a new day.
God has given me this day to use as I will.
I can waste it.
I can waste it.
I can waste it or use it for good.
What I do today is important.
What I do today is important.
As I am exchanging the day of my life for it.
When tomorrow comes,
this day will be gone. Forever.
This day will be gone forever.
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 Leaving something in its place. I have traded for it.
I want it to be gained, not lost.
Good.
Good.
Good, not evil.
success.
Success, not failure.
In order that I shall not forget.
In order that I shall not forget the price
I paid for.
Low Country Radio.
The #1 source for Wildcat football.
Thank you, Low Country Radio, for allowing me to keep up with the Wildcats anywhere I go.
We love Low Country Radio.
Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com. The only voice of the Richmond Hill Wildcats and the Bryan County Redskins.
I love this radio station.
Thank you, Low Country Radio, for broadcasting Bryan County Redskins and Richmond Hill Wildcats Friday night football games. Friday night football is back.
I love me some Low Country Radio. Go Wildcats!
Like us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram and Twitter. Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com.
For a golf course around Savannah that has challenging greens and beautiful, well-groomed fairways with affordable green fees? Now you have a choice. Taylor Creek Golf Course, which is just a short ride on Fort Stewart, or Hunter Golf Course in Savannah, Georgia on Hunter Field. Both courses offer terrific views and challenging play for golfers at every skill level. The staff at both courses can offer tips and tricks for playing your best round. So check out Taylor Creek Golf Course on Fort Stewart or Hunter Golf Course at Hunter Airfield. To reserve a tee time or to find out more about both courses, go to StuartHunterMWR.com. That's StuartHunterMWR.com.
Want to listen to the games but worried about data overages? No problem. You can listen to Low Country Radio just by dialing us in. 701-801-0706. That number is 701-801-0706. Forget the data overages and dial us in. 701-801-0706. Where else are you going to get service like that other than Low Country Radio? Check us out online, lowcountryradio.com.
Sometimes a little more room means a lot. In the elevator.
Room for one more?
At the office.
Yeah, we're going to need you four to share a desk.
On the road. Giving 3 feet when passing bicyclists keeps everyone safe. Share the road. A message brought to you by Georgia.
I burnt everything.
And then we played catch.
I broke Mr. Lewis's window. And then, somehow, my hand.
My hand! And then my dad even let me drive his car.
The hospital's on the right! It was a rough day.
It was a great day.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Hey, welcome back. Never graduated high school. Nice national anthem. Great introductions, and looks like we're ready for some 6A playoff high school baseball. Give you the layout of the field again. Down the line in left field, 325 to the wall. Power alley is 350. Straight out of center field is 385. Power alley in right field is 350, and 318 down the line with a probably about a 10, 20-foot wall in the corner, and it's got the scoreboard up there.
Yeah, it's not really the big green wall, but it is a big red wall.
It is, red and black.
And it is Bulldog spelled with 2 G's.
Yes, it is.
Kinda. I don't know.
Guys look loose.
They do.
Paul.
Everybody looks good.
After a couple of days of waiting around, Mother Nature not cooperating with the playing of our third game here. Now it's absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely not a cloud in the sky. It's just big blue sky. And 1 o'clock is the go time, and the team is taking the field. And looks like we're getting ready for a classic third game here.
Hey, this is the rubber match. 1 game apiece.
Like I said, it's not for all the marbles, but you fill your bag a little bit with them marbles. Go on to the
And let me
Elite
quick,
Eight.
because they got 2 more pitches. Let me quickly, I'm not sure if we have to, but just to cover us, I want to make sure we read this. The Georgia High School Association is a voluntary nonprofit organization composed of over 450 public and private schools. The GHSA administers regulations for region and state competition in 16 sports and 2 activities. Founded in 1908, the GHSA strives to promote good sportsmanship, participant safety, and fair play among its member schools. For more information, visit ghsa.net. Follow GHSA on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at official GHSA. The Georgia High School Association would like to thank its corporate partners for their valuable support in high school athletics and activities. Georgia Farm Bureau, Georgia Electric Membership Corporation, Technical College System of Georgia, Gatorade Wilson, Easy Go Atlanta Hawks, Mizuno, Sports Medicine South, U.S. Army, Atlanta Track and Field, NFHS, Georgia Army National Guard, Region Banks, and Georgia Public Broadcasting.
Rick Mitchell takes the first pitch low, takes the second pitch low now. 2 balls, no strikes, top of the first. And again, the Wildcats look loose. Rick Mitchell's leading all 4, standing in right-hander against the right-hander. Zach Smith. Smith deals. Called strike on the outside corner. Hopefully it's a 2-way street on those outside and inside corners. Here's the wind in the pitch. Breaking ball taken in the dirt. Count runs to 3-1. It's good to get a first. It would be good to get a leadoff runner on first.
Oh, that would be awesome. Great way to start for the Wildcats.
Here's the wind in the pitch. Fastball taken high and inside, and Richmond Hill gets its first base runner of the day, and Rick Mitchell.
Yep. I just hope that Casey Green won't do the same thing, as Casey's the starting pitcher for the Wildcats tonight.
Remember you asked, yes, most definitely, but you remember you asked me about the keys of the game. This is the key of the game when we start getting into our rhythm and start executing.
Yes.
And so let's see what we do right here. Up stands
Braden Henley.
Braden Henley stands in lefty against the right-hander. You know he's a switch hitter. Let's see if we execute here. Ball taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. Looks like Smith is struggling a little bit to find the strike zone. Coach Bennett gives the signs. Everybody stands back in. Rick Mitchell gets his lead off of first. Here's the pitch. Again, taken low.
And the catcher, that's the senior Bo Hanna. We'll go out and talk to his pitcher. Just try to calm him down a little bit. As number 9, Zach Smith is listed as only a sophomore.
Yep, young sophomore.
Yeah.
What a big role for him to be standing in a rubber match game.
Yeah. State playoff tourney.
Yep. He comes set with the pitch. Here's the pitch in the wind. Called strike at the belt. 2 balls, 1 strike. Coach Bennett's flashing the signs again.
The winner of this game will go on to play.
And take it low. Sorry.
We'll go on to play Lee County. Lee County took 2 of 3 games against Northview.
So Lee County's in the Elite 8. Count run to 3-1 now. Here's the wind in the pitch. No, bounced in the dirt. 2 men on now. Coach comes to the top of the dugout, kind of strolling down the line. He's not come out and made a visit yet. I think he's about to call timeout and come out. And nope, stays in the dugout, just hollering out some instructions. Early in the ball game, 2 men on for Richmond Hill. Man in scoring position, no outs. And Jackson Finley comes out. The catcher calls timeout again, walks out and chats a little bit with his pitcher. I guess he's trying
just trying to slow the momentum down.
Maybe that, and trying to set up and make sure he understands what he's going to do with the ball if it's hit back to him.
There you go. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Got to make sure your pitcher, they tend to get rattled.
Just get focused on one thing. And don't remember what to do with the ball. Smith comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Jackson
in the dirt. Great block.
Great block by Bohanna.
Yeah.
Keeps running from advancing.
Because the wall is set back, what, about 20, 30 feet? I mean, it's back quite a ways.
At least 25, 30 feet.
So if that ball gets by the catcher, they're going to get one easy.
Called strike at the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Count even on Jackson, 1-1. Big hit right here would be nice. Smith comes set, takes a long look at second, turns. There's an attempted bunt, foul to the screen. 1 ball, 2 strikes now on Jackson. Wind is blowing cross field from left field to right. Not a helping wind.
It is blowing hard, and we're sitting right here.
Fly balls will be interesting.
Got our 10 above us, but we're all strapped in.
Curve ball, foul back, hung it, and Jackson tried to give it a ride, but just got underneath it. Just got underneath it, fouled back. Kip Gibson hustles over and gets the ball and takes it back to the umpire. Zach Smith comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken inside out, base hit. They had to hold up, so I think he's going station to station, and he is. But that's a big base hit by Jackson Finney to load the bases with no outs. With our number 4 batter coming up, hot as a pistol, Kip Gibson. Big hit right there from Jackson.
Hey, Wildcats starting good, and that'll bring out the pitcher, the head coach for Winder-Barrow, as the Wildcats load the bases here in the top of the first.
Well, I'll tell
you
what,
outs.
Stacy wants to talk to Kip for a second as well, which is good. Hey, let's play for a big inning here.
Jackson Finley, great base hit.
What an inside-out, great inside-out swing.
And he's trying to advance the runners. He couldn't get the bunt down, so he's trying to advance the runners, get that inside out.
Right.
Yep. Get
great
the runner over to third.
Swing.
Yep.
Took a fastball about belt high and outside and just rode it right into right field. So we're playing with bases loaded now, ladies and gentlemen. No outs here. Top half of the first.
You know, that'll do a lot to the team if we can score a bunch of runs here in the first inning. That'll do a lot to their morale.
Well, remember, we're coming off of the game with momentum, and now we got momentum going again. And, you know, people say what they want to about momentum, but it's pretty big. There's a swing and a foul down the right field line and out of play. No balls, 1 strike.
Hey, and don't forget, if you're not tech savvy, you can dial in.
Curveball hit to the third baseman and booted by the third baseman. Shortstop comes up with it, throws over to third for a forced out, but not until the Richmond Hill Wildcats score the first run of the game. Good hit by Kip Gibson down the third base line. Too hot for the third baseman to handle, but it ricochets off his glove. It goes to the shortstop. Shortstop comes up with it, tosses back over to third to get the force out.
Hey, just a quick, and we'll have a courtesy runner in Michael Menhart. So as we got time here, I'd like to remind you to dial in 701-801-0706, and you can listen right from your phone. Right from your phone, flip phone, any phone, just dial that number, 701-801-0706.
And if you, Chris Sewell's stepping up now, but if you go to our webpage, Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com, and you click on the YouTube, we also need you to subscribe to lowcountryradio.com. First pitch. There's a drive into left field. Ball's hanging up. He dropped the ball.
He missed it.
He drops the ball in the outfield. He throws it back into home plate. Everybody's safe. Wow, he camped out under. I told you that wind was going to have an effect on that ball right there at the end.
But we only get a single out of it, a long, loud single.
Right there at the end. That should be an error by the left fielder. Should go down as an error by the left fielder, and they're determining it right now. They haven't come up with an official score yet. But, again, right there at the end, the ball curved away from the left fielder and tipped off his glove.
So the Wildcats got bases loaded again now as Evan Vaughn steps into the box.
Takes ball inside, curve ball inside. But what I was saying is if you could subscribe, we need 100 subscribers to our lowcountryradio.com so we can get our own YouTube page. Foul back. Good cut by Evan Vaughn. He was on top of that fastball, just fouled it straight back to the screen. 1 ball, 1 strike here. Still playing with no outs. 1 out. Top half of the first. There's a swing and a miss at a good fastball.
Big swing, nice healthy cut by Evan Vaughn there. Evan's batting number 6 and is the designated hitter with Brandon Becker standing in the on-deck circle.
Fastball hit
Pop
into
fly,
right field.
third
Right
baseman's
fielder's
tagging.
coming in hard. Right
Second
fielder's still
baseman's going
coming.
over.
He makes the play.
Yeah, third.
Nobody advances.
I was watching the warm-ups. That right
Shallow.
fielder had a
He
heck
has
of
a
an
gun.
arm.
Yeah, he's got a gun. So they respect the right fielder. That's the second out of the inning. Richmond Hill still on top, 1-0 on a fielder's choice. That was actually off the glove of the third baseman. Rolls out to the shortstop. Shortstop fielder didn't throw it back to the third baseman to get the force out. But we pushed Rick Mitchell, the leadoff batter, who got on with a base on balls, pushed him across.
Oh, it's a dying quail.
First pitch by Brandon Becker. Pitcher comes over, tries to make the play.
What
Couldn't
an
come
effort.
up with it. It was a great effort. Couldn't come up with it. Brandon just got underneath that one and just barely got a piece of it to pop it in the foul territory down the left field line. Pitcher gave a great gallant effort, but just could not come up with it. So Brandon Becker's got new life. Our first baseman. Base is still loaded with Wildcats. 2 outs, top half of the first. 1 run's been pushed in. Here's the wind and the pitch by Zach Smith. Called strike right down the middle. Knee-high strike, good-looking pitch. No balls, 2 strikes. Young sophomore. Man, I would have loved to have said I was a sophomore playing in a championship game.
Oh, high.
High fastball, but fouled out of play. That was up in his eyes. Got a piece of it, stayed alive. That's what he's up there doing with 2 strikes.
Fix the
Up there with 2 strikes. Pitch taken high and away for the first ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Brandon's very disciplined at the plate for a young sophomore. Everybody on this team's very disciplined. There is a nice fastball fouled off down the left field line. He got just ahead of that fastball. He's getting his timing down.
Folks, just remember, hey, it is windy here. We're fighting the net. We're sitting back behind the net. They got a nice brick wall, so as we see the net fall down, blocking the camera, we'll do our best to keep it up over it. So,
swing and a miss at a good breaking pitch on the outside corner, but not until the Wildcats leave the bases loaded on 1 hit, 1 error, and 3 left on base. But not until the Wildcats push a run across to lead the ball game 1-0 here going into the bottom half of the first. The Winder-Barrow Bulldogs coming up next.
Big number 19, Casey Green, starts his warm-ups on the mound. Hey, don't forget, we'd like to thank our great sponsors for this game.
Our number 1 sponsor
is
Miter Surveying. Miter Surveying since 2005. For all your surveying needs, they've been in the Coastal Empire for quite some time. For all your surveying needs, give Mike Ferrer a call for finished flood or finished floor elevations or flood certificates. Mike's the guy you want to talk to. So give him a call at area code 912-354-4145. That's 912-354-4145. Mike, Tricia, thanks again for allowing us to do this and being able to bring you the Wildcats baseball here on Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com. Casey's going to start with his typical throwing from the.
I think so from the stretch.
Trying to get the mound right. It's again, if you didn't hear our broadcast on Wednesday, it's kind of a funky mound.
It is. It's just like a little.
Like you said, a pimple.
Yeah,
like
a little pimple
out
on
there.
A beautiful grass infield.
Yep. But it's not the rolling mound that you would normally see in a ballpark, but it's almost a straight up and down like the way I described it the last time was if anybody's ever thrown off of one of those plastic turtles, it's about as big as one of those turtles.
Little homemade turtle, or one of the homemade
plastic
mounds.
ones. The homemade mounds you can throw indoors. Yep, that's what it reminded me of the first time I saw it. I was like, man, that's a little turtle out there. So Casey's finished with his warm-ups, and Kip Gibson throws down to second base. And we're ready to go here in the bottom half of this first. Score 1-0, Richmond Hill. Had a great opportunity to bust it open in the beginning of the first. We just couldn't get the ball in play. Casey Green comes set. He is going to throw out of the stretch. Here's the wind and the breaking pitch. Taken low. 1 ball, no strikes. Casey's not ashamed to and not scared to throw that breaking pitch in any part of the count. Pat DeMarco stands in. Didn't mean to swing. Fouls it off down the right field line. Ball back in play. Count even 1-1. Pat DeMarco signer with Vanderbilt. Senior. Casey comes set. Wine in the pitch. Breaking pitch on the inside. Gets away from Kip Gibson back to the wall, but not until the count goes 2-1. No outs. Bottom half of the first. All the cars on the hill again.
Yeah.
We ain't got to worry about lights this time. Maybe some of the reflections coming off the cars of the sun. Casey sets and winds. Fastball taken low in that way. Count runs to 3-1. Again, Casey's not ashamed to throw that breaking pitch in any part of the count, so there's no telling what's coming here. 31. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball taken low and away. So Casey allows the leadoff batter to get on. That'll bring up number 14, Trent Maddox. Trent Maddox, probably about 6'3", 6'2". Probably goes about $195. Steps in lefty against the right-handed Green. Casey winds and pitches. Good looking location, but called a ball. 1 ball, no strikes.
It's a good looking pitch there.
It's a good looking fastball. The lead runner doesn't get too big of a lead off first. Here's the wind and the pitch. Taken again low. 2 balls, no strikes.
Yeah, I heard Billy McGrath over there get that ground ball double play ball right here. That would be awesome.
That would be nice. Casey comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a ground ball to shortstop. Rick Mitchell's going to take it himself.
He does!
There's a double play.
Nice.
Nice double play. The lead runner, though, decides he was going to try to take Rick Mitchell out on his slide, and the umpire had something to say to him as he was walking off the field. But 2 down here. 2 down here in the bottom half of the first. Got nervous Papa sitting next to me. You can feel both his legs going bouncing. We're actually sitting on a picnic table. Here's the wind and the pitch. Lead off curve, taken for ball 1. It's a good looking pitch. Good looking pitch. 1 ball, no strikes to Bo Hanna. There's a breaking pitch hit high to right field. Jackson Finley drifts over and hauls the ball in for the 3rd out. Top half of their order goes down quietly with a leadoff walk, but a nice double play by Rick Mitchell right up the middle. Shuts down, and then a high fly ball from the Wildcat killer in the first game we played, Bo Hanna. But they go quietly, leave no runners on, no hits, and no errors. We go to the top half of the second. Richmond Hill up 1-0. Like to send out some love to our #1 sponsor for the playoff game, Miter Surveying. Miter Surveying, surveying the Low Country since 2005. For all your surveying needs, give Mike Ferrer a call. If you need a finished floor elevation or flood certificate or any other type of surveying, your property surveyed, Mike Ferrer is the guy to call. His number is area code 912-354-4145. That's 912-354-4145. Good looking first inning, man.
Oh, good deal for the Wildcats.
Let's keep that momentum going, brother.
I think that was key for them to get in, get out, 3 up, 3 down. You know?
Yep, sure enough, man.
Casey started to look like he was overthinking it a little bit, but he settled right in.
You're right. Casey settled dead in and took dead aim at the batters.
Yeah.
Bo Hanna, I think they found kryptonite for Mr. Superman. I
hope so.
That breaking pitch, man. Struggles a little bit with it. But Anyway, but
so for the Wildcats,
who we got coming up, baby?
Yeah, at the bottom, or correction, top of the second, we've got 8-9-1. 8-9-1 will be Will McGrath, Will Schumann, and Rick Mitchell. Rick had a base on balls and scored the only run. Wildcats up 1-0 here in the top of the second inning.
There's a lot of base runners on base that last inning for us. Let's see if we can keep that going.
Yeah.
I tell you what, man, the more and more I watch this kid, Bo Hanna, that's a good-looking kid. He's they say he's the full package. He's got the grades, everything else.
Yep.
And committed to Kennesaw State, have signed with Kennesaw State about 2 weeks ago.
And Will McGrath steps in.
Third baseman senior Will McGrath steps in. Had a big play in the second game with a nice tag out by a relay from Casey Green to Rick Mitchell to third base and got him out of the inning in the top of the sixth. There's a foul out of play.
And it
count quickly 0-2.
Looks like Winder-Barrow pitcher kind of settled into his groove.
Yeah, he
starts off with 2 quick strikes.
Yep, found his fastball strike zone. Sure did.
Yeah, he did.
Fastball in the outside corner. Pulled the trigger.
As Will McGrath will go down. Go down looking.
Got to get the bat on the balls. The ones in the strike zones, you got to hit them.
And Will Schumann will step into the box now. Will playing left field.
First time Will came up, got fooled with a curveball. Breaking pitch. He ducked out of the way of it and broke right back in for a called strike on the inside corner. Another breaking pitch. Called strike. 2 curves on Will Schumann. 2 strikes. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Fastball fouled out of play. Oh and 2, 1 out, nobody on. Fastball hit on the ground between short and second. No throw, gets away from the first baseman.
Shortstop had to backhand it, throws it over short.
The ball got in the dugout. That's a ground rule double, but apparently it didn't. It may have hit the screen, stayed out.
Hit the fence right in front of the dugout, I believe.
Hit the screen right in the fence.
Just kind of looking at the scoreboard, see what they were going to give him.
But that's a base hit. That's a total base hit.
That'll bring up the.
I mean, that would have to been 2 exceptional plays right there.
Top of the lineup for the Wildcats. Rick Mitchell.
Yep.
Batting for a second time here in the second inning. Wildcats up 1-0. We're in the top of the second inning.
Got on a base on balls. Will Schumann definitely has wheels. Again, this is the key point of the game I was talking about, the execution right now. See how we execute here. Here's the line in the pitch. Oh, just slips a little bit out of his hand. Looked like a breaking pitch that got away from him. Coach Bennett flashes in the signs. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. Will McGrath got caught looking. Fastball hitting the dead center field. Center fielder plays it in.
Oh.
Takes 4 steps back and hauls it in. Nice line drive by Rick Mitchell, though. He got the center of that one, but hit it right at the center fielder for the second out of the inning.
Second baseman, number 8, Braden Henley.
Braden Henley comes, stands in again.
What a good shot.
It was a
Rick
good
Mitchell
shot.
got all of that.
Yeah, he did.
If it would have been in a gap, it would have rolled to the fence.
He's not fooling them.
No.
I mean, they're seeing the baseball today. There's a bunt down the third base line. It's got to get past the pitcher. Pitcher comes up fire. Pitcher comes up fire, and it gets him by a quarter of a step. It's a bang-bang play at first. But pitcher does field his position and turns and fires and gets the third out. But not until we leave 1 base runner stranded on a base hit by Will Schumann. No errors in that inning. 1 left on. We go to the bottom half of the second with the Wildcats still up 1-0 over the Bulldogs, spelled with 2 G's, of Winder-Barrow.
And the Wildcats, the Bulldogs for Winder-Barrow will bring up 4-5-6 here in the bottom of the second inning. Be 4-5-6. And that's Will Hardigrave, Zach Smith, the pitcher, and Casey Thurman, the first baseman. So
the
shortstop, pitcher, and
the other night, that's what Casey Green, when he came in, that's who he faced to get the 3 outs.
4, 5, and 6.
4, 5, and 6. Remember the top half got on.
Yeah, that's right, because they did start the top of the inning. Or the bottom of, top of the 7th. They started with, the top of their lineup.
Yep, sure did. So Casey came in and got this part of the lineup. Got them 2 ground outs and a line out. So let's see if Casey settles in here with his fastball. The Diamond Dog.
Yeah, just trying to. This little old man come over and hand him in a couple
bubble
people. Just a bubble gum.
Some bubble gum.
From Winder-Barrow.
I'm not going to sit here and smack on the radio. So here's her number 4. Called strike on the outside corner.
Nice pitch.
Very nice. Keep it right there all day long.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Hope we get that call all day long.
Yeah. Well, the same call that he got. Same pitch that was called strike in the top of the 1st inning. Casey comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch.
Whew.
Ball taken outside. It's a good-looking fastball on the outside corner. Just missed the corner. He hit a spot, though.
Yeah, he did.
That's where Kip was set up. He hit it. Again, set up. Breaking pitch. Held on just a little bit too long. 2 balls, 1 strike now on their cleanup batter, who started the 1st game.
Will Hardigree.
Playing
shortstop today for him. He's hit the ball well past couple games.
Hit him. Got him on the elbow on the inside corner. He must have been on top of the plate. That wasn't too far inside. Well, hit by pitch. It's on first base, the leadoff batter. Hardigree. The pitcher, Zach Smith, steps in lefty. Throws righty, bats lefty. Maybe a switch hitter, I don't know. Don't have that kind of stats on him. Casey's got a base runner on first. No outs here. Bottom half of the 2nd, fouled back to the screen.
He's been batting from left. I remember that he's got the batting gloves unstrapped.
Yep.
He's been batting left. But we've got all righties thrown, so.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Taken high and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. He didn't chase. I don't know what kind of base speed that Hardigree's got.
Seems like the whole team's got some speed, though. They all run pretty well.
They got to have at least average speed. Here's the wind and the pitch. Taken a little bit high. 2 balls, 1 strike. Just barely above the belt. Casey comes set. 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the delivery. There's a foul back. Good-looking fastball by Casey. Brought it on the inside corner and couldn't catch it. He couldn't get around on it. Fouled it out of play down the left field side. Casey evens the count here, 2-2. Casey winds and deals. Fastball again, couldn't catch up with it. Fouled out of play. Count remains 2-2 and no outs. But runner on first.
Wildcats still up 1-0 here in the bottom of the 2nd.
Casey throws over and Hardigree gets back. Just letting him know. I know you're there. Yeah. Let you get your uniform dirty a little bit. Wildcats in all gold today. Gold tops.
Nice. Oh.
Throw down to 2nd. There's a ground ball to Brandon Becker at first. Throws down to 2nd. Gets the lead out.
Might have had time to step on it and throw, but he gets 1 out. That's what counts.
Rick Mitchell made a nice grab on a little bit of an errant throw by Brandon Becker, and he's kicking himself right now, but he's a pick his head up. He made a good play, got the lead out. 1 out with a runner on first, and there's a courtesy runner for the pitcher. And in steps number 12.
Number 12 is Casey Thurman, the first baseman.
Thurman steps in. Batting lefty. Winding the pitch, a little inside. Thurman's probably about 6'2", 6'3", somewhere in the 6'3", 6'4" range, somewhere in there, about a $1.85, $1.90. Tall drink of water. Winding a pitch by Casey. Called a strike on the outside corner.
I believe he called it a strike.
He did. Kip Gibson throws down to first base. Count evens at 1-1. The base runner gets back. He was getting a little bit too big of a secondary lead. Kip said no, no, no. 1 out. 1 on. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Nice looking pitch, but called ball. 2 balls, 1 strike. Casey's hitting his spots.
Well,
man.
even Kip had to turn around and ask,
Yeah.
was it a little inside? And he said, yeah.
Casey's hitting his spots. 2 ball, 1 strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. A little low, 3-1. 31 on the first baseman.
We got 1 out here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Casey versus Casey right here.
Yeah, the Casey show.
Casey Green
one
versus
spell,
Casey Thurman.
One spelled with a K, one spelled with a C. 31 pitch. Here's the wind and the pitch. Taken way outside. So Casey Green loses Casey Thurman. Bases first and second filled with Bulldogs.
And that'll bring Scott Strickland, Wildcat pitching coach.
Just to have a little chit chat. Remind him where he's at and what he's doing. And what's going on and what he does with the ball when the ball's, if the ball's hit to him. 1 out, top half of the second. Or excuse me, bottom half of the second. Excuse me. Nice little meeting.
Yep.
Umpires had his fill. He's going to walk out there and chit-chat with him and break him up. Ready to go. Nice little slow walk for everybody, and they jog back, ready to put the ball back in play. That'll bring up number 8.
Daniel Bice. He's the designated hitter for the Winder-Barrow Bulldogs.
Bice was the hitter that got robbed by Rick Mitchell the other night. There's a foul off the left-hand side, way out of play. Oh, it came back in. Oh, my gosh,
yeah,
the win.
Right behind the tarp. So.
Oh, my goodness.
May have been catchable, but it falls in behind the tarp down the left field line.
Wow. Yeah, that wind must be wreaking havoc with it above that.
Yeah, it is.
Above the line.
We are sitting in kind of a bowl.
Sure
Got trees all around us, high ground, all around the outfield.
2 men on. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Bryce stands in. Breaking pitch taken. Good looking pitch, but called ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out.
Just a bit outside, it may have been. Runners first and second still.
Casey comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Pops
there.
Straight up.
That's got room.
Out of play. And
it gets out of play.
That's got a couple of people. No. Billy McGrath decides he's just going to let it go.
Yeah.
Thought he was going to try to catch it with his hat.
Yeah. He acted like he was going to.
He did. He took it off, just kind of nodded at it. 1-2 now. 1 out. All right, nervous daddy, you're killing me.
I was checking the status of the Wildcat bullpen.
I'm with you. Breaking
nice
pitch, fouled off at the plate. Almost had him fooled.
Yep. Wildcats do have Tyler Harrison up in the bullpen.
Probably just getting some work in.
Yep.
Back in play, Casey comes set, and the pitch. Breaking pitch, hit off the end of the bat, down the first base line, foul. Ball back in play. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 2 on. Richmond Hill still up 1-0. Ground ball double play right here would be nice.
Oh, it'd be perfect.
Get on out of the inning.
Get on out.
Casey comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball popped up. Out of play.
Yep.
Kip Gibson gives it a look. Hits off the top of the concession stand, and we play baseball again. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Umpire had to get a few more baseballs. Rubber game here. Best out of 3. Richmond Hill and Winder-Barrow are tied up 1-1 in game series. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball popped up.
Right to the shortstop.
Right out there to the shortstop. And Rick Mitchell called, they called infield fly rule.
Infield fly rule, there you go.
Umpire, the home plate umpire called it. So that's 2 down now.
And that'll bring up the number 7 hitter. Or no, number 8 hitter, Sam Darling.
Their left fielder, Sam Darling, stands in. Yep. Runners on first and second get their lead. Casey comes set. Fastball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. No balls, or 1 ball, no strikes. Casey's got it back. Runner gets another half step lead. Ball taken low. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Toes the rubber again. And the pitch. There's a fastball hitting the left field. Schumann drifting over, and he hauls it in for the 3rd out of the inning. Richmond Hill's Casey Green gets out of a jam. Couple of good defensive plays. 2 men left on for Winder-Barrow. And we go to the top half of the 3rd inning with the Richmond Hill Wildcats still up 1-0. Good looking outing by Casey Green so far.
Yeah, awesome job getting out of that. All you need a ground ball, get a fly ball.
Oh yeah,
catch them off. Keep the. What they always talk about, keep the hitters off.
Try to keep them off
balance.
Yep. Most definitely. Well, that's what the pitcher for Winder-Barrow is trying to do.
Yes.
He's got a nice looking breaking pitch. He proved that on.
Young sophomore throws hard too.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got a good looking fastball. First inning, he kind of missed a couple of spots, but.
The sun keeps creeping up on us. If we get a chance, I wouldn't mind. See if we can push.
Go forward with the pin a little bit. You can't see the screen.
It's
hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. I'm with you. Hey, we'll pull the.
We can come over a little bit to the right.
Can we pull the table back?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Too much of a ropeway there.
No. The camera's barely. But the camera needs to come a little bit to the right.
So, here we go. Top half of the 3rd. Looks like the. It's tied back. It's tied back behind you.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's good. That's good.
So we had a little adjustment on our tent. Jackson Finley stands in for Richmond Hill Wildcats. Takes a good-looking fastball strike for first pitch. Zach Smith comes inside. 1 ball, 1 strike.
As soon as you let go, it goes back. No, Renee. The little part.
We're adjusting our camera right now on the radio.
I'm up here. We can keep talking.
Ball taken inside, 2 balls, 1 strike. Oh. Zach Smith with the wine and deal fastball. Got by Jackson. Swing and a miss. Evens count at 2-2. No outs here. Top half of the 3rd. Wine and the pitch. Fastball. Could not catch up to it. Swing and a miss. Jackson Finley goes down on strikes here in the top half of the 1st with the 1st out.
That'll bring up Kip Gibson, the catcher. Kip had a fielder's choice his first at bat.
Hit the ball hard, but got the runner in. Hit the ball right down the 3rd base line. Here's the line and the pitch. Taken high and inside. 1 ball, no strikes. think Kip's sitting dead red on that fastball time call. Zach Smith is trying to get a little quick pitch in. He's doing it again. Here's a breaking pitch on the outside. 2 balls, no strikes. Casey steps in, he better be ready because he's whining and pitching. There's a grounder to the shortstop, about a 5 hopper. Comes up and throws him out. Gets Kip by a good step. 2 outs in the inning.
Center fielder number 13, Chris Sewell.
That'll bring up Chris Sewell.
Chris Sewell hit a shot in the left field. First at bat.
Right, dead center field, remember? Or did he get on an error?
No, Rick Mitchell hit line drive one to center. Chris Sewell had an error to left field. That's the one with the left fielder.
Fly, yeah.
Yep.
Pitch called inside for ball 1 on Chris Sewell. If you remember, Zach Smith starting him out with 2 fastballs or 2 curveballs the last time.
I think they got him 2 errors, so they must have given Will Schumann an error too on that one.
Yep. Here's the whine in the pitch. Taken in the dirt, 3-0.
Not Will Schumann defensively, but Will Schumann when he was up to bat.
Yep.
So Chris Sewell, see if he can hit one.
Three and no. There's a get me over strike. 31. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Let's see Chris Sewell stay hot right here. Nope, fastball, he missed him. He lost him, and down to first he goes. That'll bring up Evan Vaughn, designated hitter.
Designated hitter number 23.
Evan Vaughn.
Struck out, and nope.
He popped out to right field. That low right fielder had to come all the way in.
Yep.
Just past first base.
Sure did.
I'd love to see Chris Sewell go straight steal here. See how he does.
Ball in the dirt.
You know, against
One
the catcher.
ball, no strikes.
Our fastest against their best catcher, just to see. We wouldn't do it. I know it probably doesn't make sense, but I would just love to see it mano y mano. See if Chris can do it. I think the last time when he got caught,
there's a drive. There's a drive in the left field by Evan Vaughn, but it's dogged down.
That was against the wind too. Wildcat fans thought it was out.
Yep, by the left fielder. Made a really good over-the-shoulder play. And that ends the inning for the Wildcats. 1 left on the base on balls. No errors. 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 3rd. Richmond Hill Wildcats still up 1-0. Good ball game so far, ladies and gentlemen. And it looks like Richmond Hill is going to have a pitching change. Tyler Harrison comes on the mound for the Richmond Hill Wildcats. So Casey Green gives 3 excellent innings, or 2 excellent innings of baseball. Leaves the game with no runs and no hits. Richmond Hill, a line score right now is 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. And the Bulldogs of Winder-Barrow, no runs, no hits with 2 errors. So interesting movement here with the Wildcat pitchers.
Your attention please, now pitching.
All right.
Pitching for Richmond Hill is number 11, Tyler Harrison.
So Tyler Harrison now in.
Off for the Diamond Dogs, right fielder number 5, Skylar Murphy.
So Skylar Murphy, their right fielder, steps in against Tyler Harrison, number 9 hitter. Tyler's first pitch hits him. It's a hit by batter or hit by pitch.
And now we'll go right into the top of the order.
Got him on his, looks like he got him on his knee. He's not. He's limping. He's limping down. Time is called right now. See if he can work it out. And that brings up their top of the order, their leadoff batter, Pat DeMarco. So an auspicious start for Tyler. Hits the first batter with the first pitch that he throws. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball called low. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Bottom half of the third. Their leadoff batter, Pat DeMarco, comes in. Fastball taken high and away. 2-0. Murphy's off the first. Pitch called strike at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. DeMarco stands back in. Doesn't agree with the call too much. But 2-1. No outs. Here's the pitch. Outside, 3-1.
Wildcats got a great showing here. They got quite a few fans.
Yep. A lot of folks made that travel, that 4-hour trip up here. Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a ball hit high in the air.
There it is. Second
baseman camps out underneath it and
fights off the sun.
Yep, Henley hauls it in. It's a high sky today. I mean, just absolutely no clouds in the sky. Sun's probably midday sun with the daylight savings time hour change.
That'll bring up the third baseman, Trent Maddox.
So 1 out.
Grounded out the shortstop his first at bat. Still got a runner on third.
Runner on first. On Murphy.
What'd I say first?
Nice breaking pitch called for a strike. Yeah. I'm with you, Paul. I got you back, bro.
Oh, still a runner on first.
Yeah.
He hasn't moved anywhere.
In the way of Murphy. Not with the pop out on the infield. Here's the wind and the pitch. He's going. There's a hit and run on. Second baseman comes up with it, throws over to first, and gets the second out. But they do get an advance the base runner into scoring position. So the hit and run was on, but he didn't get enough of it to get past the second baseman. Second baseman comes over and makes the play, and Henley and throws over to Brandon Becker for the second out. So Murphy advances to second, 180 feet away.
And that'll bring up the catcher, Bo Hanna, for Winder-Barrow.
Winder-Barrow, Bo Hanna, signee with Kennesaw State, going there next year as the catcher. Comes in. First pitch called. Strike on the outside corner. Tyler Harrison gets ahead of the batter. No balls, 1 strike. Harrison comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Breaking pitch, hit foul out of the right field line. Quickly in the hole, 0-2.
Got a lot of options here now. 2 outs, 0-2 count.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Tyler's got a bunch of different deliveries. He can come over top, he can come 3/4, he comes all the way under the side.
He's got a good-looking drop ball. Again, comes set. Pitch, low and away in the dirt. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bo Hanna didn't chase.
You definitely got to be smart with this guy. You heard us in the first game.
Oh, yeah. Kid can hit. He proved that in the first game. Here's the wind and the pitch. Took a breaking pitch.
And
I don't know if he got all of it, and he did. And there's a 2-run shot. Bo Hanna giving love out to the outfield as he goes around the bases. Might want to put a little mustard on that dog.
So it's a 2-run home run.
Winder-Barrow.
Bo Hanna.
Bo Hanna takes the lead. 2-1. Yep. Tyler Harrison tried to come over with his overhand breaking pitch. It just hung just a little bit. Threw it for a strike, and it just hung up. And Bo Hanna does not miss mistakes. Proved that in the first game against us. That'll bring up their shortstop, Will Hardigree. 2 outs. Nobody on now.
So Wildcats now down 2-1 here in the bottom of the third.
Tyler comes set. Here's the pitch. Tried to lay down a bunt. No balls, one strike. Trying to keep them on their toes. Apparently kid does have a little bit of speed. He's laying down a bunt as a number 4 hitter.
Yeah.
Again, I think he's just doing it for effect. Nice pitch called strike on the outside corner.
That's
no
where
balls, 2 strikes. That's where you should live.
Yep.
0-2. 2 outs. Overhand fastball just missed. 1-2. That's one thing I can say, Paul, is that Bohanna does not miss mistakes, brother. There's a fastball hit right back to the pitcher, steps and throws, and gets the number 4 batter. But not until Bohanna comes up, takes a 0-2 count, overhand fastball, or overhand breaking pitch, and rides it out of the 225 area down left field line. And the Bulldogs from Winder-Barrow take the lead back 2-1 going into the top half of the 4th.
So the 2-run home run shot by Bohanna. That's his 3rd home run in the series, and he's got at least 6 RBIs, all coming from his 3 home runs. There's been a guy on each time.
I got money.
Haven't seen much else from him besides Bohanna, though. Hey, we'd like to give a little shout out to Miter Surveying. Miter Surveying's serving the Low Country since 2005 for all of your surveying needs, including finish, floor elevation, and flood certificates. Contact Mike for our 912-354-4145. And as always, Mike and Trish say, go Wildcats.
As they do. Yes, they do.
But thank you, Miter Surveying. Thank you, and we appreciate you sponsoring Low Country Radio and lowcountryradio.com, the official voice of the Wildcats. So for Winder-Barrow here in the top of the 4th, they bring out the same pitcher, still Zach Smith, young sophomore. He started it since the beginning, and he's still there. For the Wildcats, this inning, it'll be 7-8-9. Brandon Becker, Will McGrath, and Will Schumann.
Young sophomore Brandon Becker comes standing in.
First baseman number 17, Brandon Becker.
First pitch called at the knees, called strike. What did Brandon do in the, I can't remember.
He had a fielder's choice, his first one.
Oh, gotcha.
I know. Brandon. All right, Brandon struck out his first at bat.
Yep.
And he's quickly down 0-2 here.
Yep. Breaking pitch called for a strike. Again, a lot of people from Richmond Hill made the trek.
Yeah.
Overhand curveball stayed up. He did not chase. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Extremely patient at the plate. I don't know if I could have laid off of that one or not. Here's the winding pitch. There's a fastball hitting the center field. Center fielder takes 7 steps in and makes the play for the first out of the inning. He got a hold of it, but didn't get it to turn over. Yeah, hit it solid. Didn't get it to, didn't have any top spin on it to get it to get down.
Will McGrath now steps into the box. Will got caught looking at his first at bat. The senior 3rd baseman.
I bet it won't happen again. Curveball taken inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Close to hitting him. He got out of the way. Winding the pitch. Fastball inside again, trying to back him up off the plate, I think. Look at that, just getting away from him a little bit. Zach Smith. Pitch called on the outside corner. Right at the knees. 2 balls, 1 strike. Winding the pitch. Fastball again, misses outside. He didn't chase. 31. 3 balls, 1 strike. We need base runners here. We're down by 1. Winder-Barrow takes a 2-1 lead in the bottom half of the 3rd on a
Oh.
There's ball 4. So we do get a free pass. Will McGrath goes to first.
And that'll bring up Will Schumann. Will Schumann had a ground ball in the hole. Ground ball in the hole his first at bat. And made it to first.
Fastball taken at the knees for called strike. Man, I'd love to have that pitch all day long.
We'll see if he can get on base here again.
Ball taken low. 1-1.
Wildcats can get some runners on and start pecking away. Get us a couple right here.
It'd be nice. Fastball hit down the third base line. Third baseman makes a heck of a play. Comes over to first and gets the speedy Schumann going down the line. But it was a good-looking play by their third baseman on a backhanded play.
Strong arm on that kid.
He
caught
did.
it way in the hole.
He did.
Was turning with little effort, threw over to first.
Yep.
That'll bring up the top of the lineup for the Wildcats, the leadoff hitter, Rick Mitchell. Rick has had a walk in the first inning and then lined out hard to center field his second at bat.
We do have a base runner on second, though. So
they appeal.
Appealed the check swing by Rick Mitchell. It's called ball. Said he didn't go. Will McGrath on second gets a good-looking lead. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball taken. Wow.
Hey, good base hit will score him right here. You know, tie it up.
Ball taken inside for a strike.
The Wildcats been scoring a lot with 2 outs.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball taken high. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Looked like the curveball that forgot the curve.
See if Rick Mitchell can find a gap here somewhere. Score that runner from second. Tie this ball game up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball hit high in the air to right field. Right fielder's drifting over. And he hauls it in right before he gets to the line for the third out of the inning. But we got a man left on with a base on balls. No errors. Great looking play by the third baseman from Winder-Barrow Bulldogs to get a speedy Will Schumann hit it down the line. And then the third out of the inning, and we go quietly in the top half of the fourth with your score. The Winder-Barrow Bulldogs on top of our Wildcats by a score of 2-1.
The Wildcats bring Tyler Harrison back out on the mound. He'll go into the bottom of the fourth.
No movement in the Wildcat bullpen. And ladies and gentlemen, if you get an opportunity, go to Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com. Check in and take a look at the YouTube video and all of our YouTube streaming. We're streaming live right now. And if you would, subscribe to Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com. If we get 100 subscribers, we can get our own URL on YouTube. That means we get our own channel. And we'll have Wildcat Sports all the time on our own channel, where you wouldn't have to go and search the YouTube page. We can just go right to our page, and it would be absolutely phenomenal if we could get that. So if you would, subscribe to Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com. Leading off for
wind
the
picks back up here.
Winder-Barrow Bulldogs is number 9, Zach Smith, the pitcher. Tyler comes set. Nice strike, belt high, outside corner. Settles in and throws strikes. Good things happen. Pitch called low and away. 1 ball, 1 strike.
Kip Gibson kind of held on it for a second, like he wanted to.
He wanted that call.
Yeah, it did.
Comes set. Here's the one in the pitch. There's a foul off to the right-hand side. Got the lights. Comes down on top of their dugout on the third base side. Quickly ahead now. 1 ball, 2 strikes. I love it when our pitchers work ahead in the count, Paul.
They do. I mean, and statistically, it's proven that's what you need to do.
Good things happen. There's a liner out to left field, And Will Smith, or excuse me,
Will Schumann.
Will Schumann hauls that one in. Will Smith. Yeah, he's out there doing the break dance now, getting fresh princed. Will Smith. Will Schumann hauls it in for the first out of the inning.
And that'll bring up Casey Thurman, the big, tall first baseman. He walked his first at bat.
Steps in lefty against the righty. Really on top of the plate.
And now Wesley Daniels steps up into the bullpen. Wildcat bullpen starts warming up.
First pitch taken outside, breaking pitch for ball 1. Winder-Barrow still on top of the Richmond Hill Wildcats, so score 2-1. Here's the wind and the pitch.
Oh,
nice pitch on the inside corner. Young first baseman looked like he didn't like the call, but it was called strike. Counts 1-1. 1 out. Bottom half of the fourth. There's a grounder to the second baseman. 17 Hopper comes up, throws, and gets the first baseman by about a step for the second out of the inning. So Tyler settles down and only gives up one mistake so far, and that was a big mistake. High breaking pitch to Bo Hanna, who rode it out of here for a 2-run homer. But there's a lot of fight left in this Wildcats.
When they hit it, it was calm. The wind wasn't blowing, and now the wind's picked back up again.
Yep, it's true. Nice called strike on the outside corner by Tyler. No balls, 1 strike. Again, pitching ahead in the count, Paul.
Yep. You got to like that. Statistically, good things will happen. Nice.
Good-looking breaking pitch is laid off of.
When you work ahead in the count, the pitcher, that first pitch is a strike, or gets a strike.
Tyler's also working out of the stretch. There's a grounder up the middle.
Rick Mitchell
snaps
goes in the hole,
throws
gets it,
and gets the speedy runner down the line. Great play by Rick Mitchell up the middle. Wow. Nice little gun over there and throws a strike to Brandon Becker, who stayed on the bag for the third out of the inning. So the Bulldogs of Winder-Barrow go quietly 3 up, 3 down here in the top half of the the bottom half of the fourth inning. We go to the top half of the fifth. We're trailing by 1. 1-2, Winder-Barrow Bulldogs 2, the Richmond Hill Wildcats 1.
So up here in the top of the fifth, it's 2-3-4 for the Wildcats. The meat of the order. See if we can get something going right here.
Yes, sir.
2-3-4.
Zach Smith takes the mound again for the Winder-Barrow Bulldogs with a 1-run lead.
Winder-Barrow, one of the coaches, going over to find out the pitch count.
Yep.
You know, there hasn't been a pitcher that has went out and stepped on that mound that has not thrown a pitch and turned around and looked at the mound.
Yeah.
It's like every one of them.
Every single one of them do. That is the one of the funky. I'm gonna take a picture of it before I leave.
It's crazy.
It's the funkiest looking mound I've ever seen.
You figure a strong program like this.
Yeah, you'd have a nice, beautiful, major league looking mound with a cleat cleaner behind it, and maybe Winder-Barrow Bulldogs or Diamond Dogs written in the dirt behind it or something like that. No, it's
So Brady Henley steps in at the left side.
Taken high and away, first fastball for ball 1. Like to see Henley get on. He's got a little speed on him. There's a dying quail in the center field, and I got my wish. Braden Henley gets on with a base hit here in the top half of the fifth. That'll bring up Jackson Finley.
Jackson struck out his first at bat. He had a single in the first inning.
Beautiful inside out. Yep. Beautiful inside out swing, which he's notorious for. And he jumps on the first ball, fastball, pop foul to the left-hand side. Shortstop calls him off and comes over and makes the play in big territory down the left field line for the first out. Just missed it, popped out.
That'll bring up Kip Gibson, the catcher. Kip had a fielder's choice. he had a fielder's choice and then grounded out to the shortstop. First at bat. My restless leg syndrome.
Yeah, man.
Bouncing us all over here.
That boy is bouncing everything. I love it.
We're sitting here at a picnic table.
So everything
right
moves when Paul starts bouncing. So base runner on first with 1 out now. Steps off. Steps back on. Trying to break up the time, and here's the wind and the pitch. Taken for a breaking pitch, taken for a strike on the inside corner. No balls, 1 strike. Kip was moving out of the way of that pitch and apparently broke back over and caught the corner. So here's the high pitch taken out of play to the right-hand side. That was up in his eyes. Quickly in the hole, 0-2 with 1 out. Henley still on first. Gets a decent lead. Not too monstrous. Time call by Kip. Steps back in. Little mind games being played by the pitcher and the catcher. Comes set. Here's the pitch.
Oh!
And he plunks him. And he plunks him.
Really?
So Kip takes an inside fastball. Everybody gets a little notice and a warning. So we got 2 on now with 1 out. That'll bring up Chris Sewell.
And a pitch runner for the Wildcats, courtesy runner, Michael Menhart. Michael Menhart comes in the pinch run, or courtesy run.
Center fielder Chris Sewell steps in. We got a base runner in scoring position on second. Ball taken low. Fastball. 1 ball, no strikes.
Catcher kind of giving a little signal to shortstop. Hey, be ready for the throw down after the pitch.
Yep. Come set. Here's the pitch. Over his head. 2 balls, no strikes. Like you said, Paul, everybody's trying to do some gardening on that mound.
I'm telling you,
every pitcher.
Everyone that comes out at least once an inning, or the kids that have been out there twice.
There's a grounder to the shortstop. Could be a double play. Gets rid of it. No, he goes down to the stop.
He's going to score. Yep. Wildcats tie it up.
So we tie it up on an errant throw by the second baseman on a turn for a double play. Gets away from the first baseman, and we score. Braden Henley comes down the line. Tie ball game 2-2. Slow roller out to shortstop. I think the second baseman thought he had to rush it. Got a good-looking kid running down the line.
I saw Chris Sewell.
Chris Sewell going down the line, yeah, trying to get rid of the ball. And Chris takes second on the throw.
So Braden Henley scores.
The bag broke loose from second base.
Yeah.
And apparently filled back up with dirt. They had to get the special
Might have
tool.
been wobbly. Yeah,
had to get a little special tool to go back out there and dig the stake out and put second base back in place.
It's nice to have grounds crew.
Yes, it is. Yeah, Richmond Hill players would be out there doing that if it was at our place.
So Braden Henley scores to tie the ball game up on a Chris Sewell ground ball. Tried to turn a double play. Ball goes past the first baseman.
Up steps Evan Vaughn.
Evan Vaughn, he popped out to right field, and then he flew out deep to left field his last at bat.
Gave the ball a ride to left field. Chris Sewell in scoring position at second base with 2 outs now. Fastball taken on the inside corner for a strike. Quickly in the hole, 0-1, 2 outs. Zach Smith comes set. Here's the pitch. There's a base hit. Chris Sewell is on his horse. I think there's going to be a play at the plate. There is. Here's coming down the line, and he's in there safe. We take the lead 3-2 here in the top half of the 5th.
Nice hit.
What a clutch base hit by Evan Vaughn.
Chris Sewell's speed. And
I think the momentum has changed a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go Wildcats.
First baseman number 17, Brandon Becker.
So Brandon Becker comes in and steps in. Richmond Hill's taking the lead back 3-2 here in the top half of the 5th.
Wildcats up 3-2.
Evan Vaughn gets his lead off first.
Brandon Becker steps in.
Zach Smith throws over to first, and Evan gets back easily.
Brandon struck out and flew out to center field. He's 0 for 2. The young sophomore can come through right here with some clutch hitting.
Here's the delivery in the first pitch to Zach.
And they rushed the
called ball.
They rushed the pitcher. We're going to get a courtesy runner. Nope, we're not going to courtesy runner. The first base coach, third base coach, trying to get their lip reading down. Evan Vaughn is hardly able to.
There's a shot down the line, just foul down the left field line.
Evan Vaughn is hardly even getting a chance to get his lead before the pitcher's rocking and throwing. So I think they're all trying to slow him down here a little bit.
Brandon steps back in.
Now Evans got his lead.
Swing and a miss at a nice little cut fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 2 outs. Richmond Hill's pushed 2 across this inning, taking the lead back 3-2. Becker stands back in. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch taken high.
Stays up high up there.
Trip Deuces now on the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And we push 2 across. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball popped up. Gets out of play.
Right back behind us.
Bohanna takes a look at it. But the ball drops out of play, and Brandon Becker stands alive.
So there's 2 outs. Still got to run around first. Wildcats have pushed across 2 this inning.
Staying alive.
Staying
alive.
But it's more like Winder-Barrow staying alive because Wildcats got this game.
Ball 3 in the dirt by Zach Smith. So it's full count now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
But these close games, don't forget,
Evan
Winder-Barrow
Vaughn could be going, and he is. Swing and a miss by Brandon Becker, and down he goes on strikes. But not until the Wildcats leave 1 on, but we push 2 across here in the top half of the 5th and take the lead back from Winder-Barrow with a score of 3-2. Getting late in the ball game, Paul.
Yeah, I was going to say, and don't forget it, late in the ball game, and we've got Winder-Barrow will be the home team, and if they're down, Tyler Harrison's still on the mound for the Wildcats. But Winder-Barrow will get the last chance in the bottom of the 7th in order to score. They did win the toss, and they're the home team.
Tyler Harrison comes back out on the mound for the Richmond Hill Wildcats.
Michael Menhart getting a little work down in the bullpen. He just gives Scott Strickland a thumbs up that he's ready. Now, I'm not sure how many pitches he threw the other night.
Well, it's been 2 days rest. So it's been 2 days of rest. So we're going to go take a look at our chart and see what the pitch count totals are. So from 1 to 35 pitches, you have no days rest for varsity, and 36 to 60 pitches is 1 day rest. 61 to 85 pitches is 2 days rest, and 86 to 110 pitches is 3 days rest.
So within 3 days, nobody can throw more than 110 pitches
in 1 week.
So yes.
Left fielder number 6, Sam Darling.
So for Winder-Barrow here in the bottom of the 5th, they will have 8-9-1.
Bunt laid down.
Oh,
fielded by Tyler, and he's safe.
Yeah, it almost looked like Kip Gibson could have had it, but he didn't. But it's a nice bunt for a good base hit for Sam Darling, the number 8 hitter. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, the right fielder, Skylar Murphy.
So Skylar Murphy stands in with a base runner on first now with no outs.
Skylar Murphy's first at bat, he got hit by pitch, so this is his second time seeing Tyler Harrison.
And he lays the bunt down the third base line, and Kip Gibson comes out the hole this time and pounce on the ball. But for a called strike, or for a bunted strike, foul.
They are definitely moving over to small ball here in the bottom of the order. Trying to get some runners on.
Yeah, coach trying to get him to execute. Bottom half of the 5th. We're up by 1, 3-2. Wildcats on top. Signs are given.
Will McGrath weigh in on the grass for the Wildcats, the third baseman.
Tyler Harrison comes set.
The Wildcats shift.
The runner goes to second. Runner takes off and goes to second.
So it's a straight steal. The batter faked the bunt. The runner was going.
Called strike 2 though. They do have a runner in scoring position now.
And it's 0-2.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Nice pitch on the outside corner. But call for a ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Runner in scoring position. No outs. Tyler comes set. Checks the runner. Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a pop-up in the infield.
Kip Gibson rushing back to the fence. May have room, but no, he doesn't.
Runs out of play. Ball just out of play. Gives them make a good effort at it. Count remains 1-2.
So no outs. They got a run around second. Wildcats up 3-2 here in the bottom of the 5th.
Tyler comes set. Here's the pitch. There's a liner into left field. Will Schumann camps out underneath it. Comes up. Makes the play. Throws it back in. The base runner does not advance. 1 out now.
So that'll bring up the top of the order for Winder-Barrow. The center fielder, Pat DeMarco. He's had a base on balls, and he flew out to second base his last time at bat. Oh, and we're going to have a pitching change. Michael Menhart coming back in for the Wildcats.
Tyler Harrison holds him down after giving up the 2-run homer to Bo Hanna. And holds the rest of them down. And Michael Menhart steps in with 1 out here in the bottom half of the 5th with a runner on second. And Michael was a starter in game 1 for us. So Winder-Barrow has seen him before. Check, 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 check. I don't know, man. Are we broadcasting again?
Yeah.
All right, we're back on air. So, man, did y'all miss an exciting bottom half of the 5th inning? Here we go to the top half of the 6th inning, and Will McGrath steps in for the Richmond Hill Wildcats. 1 ball, no 2 strikes. There's a grounder to shortstop in the hole. Shortstop comes up firing and gets Will McGrath by a full step. But anyway, so Winder-Barrow gets the bases loaded here in the bottom half of the 5th inning, and turns around and ends up so here we go. Ball held on to just a little bit too much by Zach Smith, who's still in the ball game for Winder-Barrow. But again, so the bases got loaded by Winder-Barrow, and there was a ground ball, called strike 3, and ground ball to third baseman, and Will McGrath steps on third and gets out of it. Will Schumann standing in now, the number 9 batter for Richmond Hill Wildcats. 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. And there's a fastball, get me over. Will just missed it. 1 ball, 2 strikes, or excuse me, 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, and we're back broadcasting, apparently YouTube too. So here's what happened. The computer that we broadcast off of and stream off of just went completely dead. I mean, just literally died. And magically came back on. Ball 4. And we got base runners again now here in the top half of the 6th inning. Richmond Hill still up 3-2. Again, bases loaded by Winder-Barrow. They couldn't push a run across. And that brings up our lead top of the order again, Rick Mitchell. And we got Will Schumann off of first, the speedy Will Schumann. Rick Mitchell stands in, takes the first pitch as a strike. No balls, 1 strike. No balls, 1 strike here. We're up by 1. So he gets back. Throw over by Zach Smith, and Will Schumann gets back. Paul Green over here just... Oh, there's a base hit into left field. Awesome. Station to station. Base hit by Rick Mitchell with 1 out. Got a base runner on second and base runner on first now in scoring position for... That'll bring up our second baseman, Braden Henley. Braden steps in. He's been on a base on balls, had a base hit last time up at the plate. And he grounded out to the pitcher. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball taken high and away. One ball, no strikes here. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize to you for our equipment going down. Ball high and away again. Coach is walking out from Winder-Barrow. Is going to go chit-chat with his pitcher. I don't know if there's any activity in their bullpen. You can't see their bullpen from here. Cannot see their bullpen from here, but anyway, we're trying to, it's windy conditions here, so we're trying to make sure our camera is working properly. Thank you, Renee. Renee's over there holding the net back. We gotta pay her a royalty for doing that. It's gonna bounce around just like that, just like that did. So they come up and they break it up. Well, thank y'all for listening. We appreciate it. But again, so we all apologize for our equipment going down. Freddie House had promised me that he's going to do something about that, him and Kyler. They're going to buy all new equipment after this game. No balls, 1 strike. Or excuse me, 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Here's the wind and the pitch again. There's a hard hit ball to second baseman. Second baseman flips. And Winder-Barrow turns a double play on the Richmond Hill Wildcats to get out of the inning. So we go quietly here in the top half of the 6th, but not until we leave 2 base runners on. Double play ball ends the inning on a hit and a base on ball. So we go to the bottom half of the 6th inning with a lead. Richmond Hill Wildcats 3, Winder-Barrow Bulldogs 2. So I'd like to give some love to Miter Surveying. Miter Surveying has been surveying the Low Country since 2005. Mike Ferrer can do just about any type of surveying that you could imagine and want. And you can give him a call out if you need a finished floor or finished floor elevation or a flood certificate or any of your plat survey needs. You need a plat registered in the courthouse. Mike Ferrer is your guy. You can give him a call out at area code 912-354-4145. That's 912-354-4145. Thanks again for Mike and Tricia bringing us Richmond Hill Wildcat baseball here on a beautiful Saturday. Michael Menhart takes the mound again against number 9, the pitcher, Zach Smith. Zach Smith, first hit. It was caught by Brandon Becker on a funky hop, and he tosses over to Michael Menhart for the first out. 1 pitch, 1 out. 1 out closer. So Casey Thurman stands in. Has had a a hit base on balls and is grounded out to the shortstop. First pitch, line in the left field for a base hit. Nice inside-out swing by the tall lefty. So there's a base hit. That brings the go-ahead run to the plate. But I got you. So that'll bring up number 8, the designated hitter. Michael Minhart's first offering to Daniel Bryce is a ball called outside. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Need a double play right here. Michael turns and fires over to first. Runner gets back easily. Little high throw to Brandon Becker. Brandon snags it and throws it back to Mike. Michael toes the rubber. Comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball high, popped high in the air. Brandon Becker makes the call. He's coming in to make the play. And there's 2 out in the inning. So 2 down here in the bottom half of the 6th. That'll bring up Sam Darling.
Sam Darling, the left fielder, he's flown out to left field and had a single his last at bat.
So Michael Minhart toes the rubber again with 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. Richmond Hill up 3-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball called high and away. Ball thrown into center field by Kip Gibson. And the base runner steals second. High throw by Kip Gibson gets over the second baseman's head out in the center field. Chris Sewell comes up and throws to third, but the base runner's safe at third. Well, they got a base runner 90 feet away now with 2 outs. And their number 8 batter, Sam Darling, stands back in with 1 ball, no strikes. Here's the wind and the pitch, high and away. 2 balls, no strikes. To the number 8 hitter. Michael toes the rubber, winds pitch, fastball, strike, outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Or excuse me, 2 balls, 1 strike. 1 out. Or 2 outs. Good gracious, Jim. Get your head together.
Hey, bottom of the 6th, it's still 3-2.
You go ahead, Paul. Take over,
3-2, the Wildcats.
Fastball swung on and missed on the outside corner.
Michael Minhart painting that outside corner beautifully.
Evens the count at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. Bottom half of the 6th, we're still up by 1. With a runner on third, 90 feet away. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball outside. He didn't nibble on that one. Count goes full, 3-2. How about a good-looking breaking pitch right here and just get on out of here?
Hey, that would be nice. 3-2, 2 outs.
Minhart winds, and here's the fastball high, taken high and away for ball 4. And that'll bring a visit out by Scott Strickland. Go out and chat with Michael. I don't see any activity in the Richmond Hill bullpen.
They're looking.
I don't know if he's going to make the change. And he does.
He does. Oh, get ready. There, Marcy, Matthew, and Samuel, and all of the Reynolds gang. Foster Reynolds, just 6'3" lefty, coming out on the mound. Close us out here for the Wildcats. We got 2 outs, and he will face lefty, the right fielder, Skylar Murphy, to get the 3rd out. So Foster Reynolds steps out to the mound and will take his warm-ups.
That'll close the book on Michael Minhart. He leaves a base runner at 3rd. So, 2 outs here in the bottom half of the 6th. Big Foster Reynolds comes in and takes the rubber. Big, tall lefty. Foster a junior?
Foster is a senior.
Senior? Okay.
Foster.
So he gets his warm-up pitches.
There, he's got it dialed in now. So, Matthew and Samuel, I hope you're gathered around the TV watching again this time because Big Brother's out there to close it out here for the Wildcats. JR, I hope you're still tuned in. Don't forget you can tune in. Dial that number 701.
801.
801. 701.
07.
Yep, there you go.
06.
Hey, we're back online. Really appreciate everybody's patience.
Sorry about that, but you've just missed the most exciting part of the ball game. So,
as we fight the wind, fight the power, fight everything here.
Yeah, man. Wind picks back up again. It's not a helping wind. Again, it's cutting across from left field to right field. And it's pretty significant. A flag out way past right, out of play down the right field line is blowing stiff. So I'd say it's probably a 20-25 mile an hour gust.
So we got runners on the corner, first and third. Foster Reynolds steps in, toes the rubber. Facing the number 9 hitter, Skylar Murphy.
Skylar Murphy stands in left-handed against the left-handed. Here's the wind and the pitch. Good pitch, called low.
Low.
1 ball, no strikes.
Skylar Murphy's been hit by a pitch and flew out to left field.
Here's the offering by Foster. Called strike. Nice looking breaking pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs. Bottom half of the 6th, Richmond Hill still up by a score of 3-2. Big Foster comes set, looks the runner at first. Here's the pitch. High fastball. Good looking fastball, just a little high. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Wes Daniels still getting a workout down there in the bullpen for the Wildcats.
Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a ground to the first baseman. Brandon Becker steps on the bag, and the Wildcats get out of a jam here in the bottom half of the 6th. We go to the top half of the 7th with your Wildcats still up by a score of 3-2.
So what's that mean? Now the Wildcats will come up in the top of the 7th with 3-4-5, the meat of our order, but also for Winder-Barrow.
The top of their order is coming up.
Top of the order that's done damage to the Wildcats
bottom half
all
of
the
7th.
time. And everybody's over there hugging Wes Daniels, so I think Wes Daniels, Foster Reynolds did his job, coming in a pinch, getting the 3rd out. And 2 coaches out front, they're looking at it, trying to figure out what they're going to do. And now Winder-Barrow's seeing what they're going to do with the pitcher, and I believe it's going to be the right fielder is going to come in. It is the right fielder. Skylar Murphy's going to come in. The only one's got hair below his collar.
Shoulders, yeah.
And number 8 or 9.
He's number 8, number 5, actually.
Out to right field defensively.
Oh.
Is the lefty.
That was the pitcher, Bryce.
Yeah. So the DH will come in and go out to right field. And they bring in the right fielder, number 5, Skylar Murphy, to pitch.
And again, guess who? What does he do first thing right off the bat?
Throws one to the backstop and looks at the mound. Turns around and looks at the mound.
Goes and tries to find his plant position on the mound again and goes to work a little gardening.
It is messed up out there, yeah.
It's not the greatest mound in the world. You should have a little home field advantage on that kind of a mound, but it looks like every person that goes out there and steps on it has a little bit of a difficulty. I don't think Winder-Barrow expected to be in this kind of a position right now, Paul.
Nope.
Their fan base, very big fan base. They've got probably 50 vehicles lined the outfield from all the way over from left field, and got people set up on the left field on the berm
left
out
field
there
line all the way. And on
field.
the right field, just to the right of the scoreboard, we can't see them, but there are people setting up an hour before the game with the lawn chairs and everything.
Sure enough, man. But
I would say these guys are projected to win it all. In
in
Georgia,
6A.
6A.
Yep. They were ranked as high as 5th in the nation at one time this year. With that many seniors on the team and that many signees, Richmond Hill's giving them everything that they wanted. Well, let's see if we can give them a little bit more. That'll bring up the 3rd batter in our lineup, number 18, Jackson Finley. Jackson Jackson's got on with a base hit, struck out in the third, and flew out to the shortstop in the fifth. So Jackson stands in against the right-hander, Murphy.
And he's
Murphy's first pitch.
Was that a changeup up high, or is that? I didn't get to see warm-up, so is that his speed?
I don't know. I wasn't paying attention, to be honest with you. So no balls, 1 strike.
Oh,
that's a change. That's kind of a hook change, I guess. 1 ball, 1 strike now, no outs. Here's the wind and the pitch. It's curveball in the dirt, and he swung at it. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. Curveball laid on down the left field line, but foul. Foul by a few steps. Ball actually still in play, so the umpire's holding time. Umpire's holding time for the player to go down and get the ball. He's got it now. Ball's put back in play, even though the
Winder-Barrow left fielder is probably closer.
Yeah.
didn't even budge.
Fastball taken high and away for ball 2. Evens count at 2-2 now. Here's Murphy with the wind and the pitch. Ball called low. 3-2. Just below the knees. Right over the middle of the plate, but just a little bit low. Full count now. Murph winds and pitches. Breaking pitch hit dead in the left field. Gave that ball a ride. That ball is off the wall.
One hop
Finley
to the
is
wall.
on his horse, and he is into second base with a leadoff double here in the top half of the 7th inning.
1 bounce, and it hits the wall. So on the warning track, 1 hopper to the wall. Jackson Finley now standing on second base, and that brings up Kip Gibson, the catcher.
Kip Gibson stands in. I wonder what Stacy's going to do here. Real interesting. Leadoff double. We're up by 1.
I would just Kip Gibson. He's pretty, useful at the bat too. I mean, he can hit to the right if he wants. I think.
Oh yeah, get that base runner over to third.
Jackson does have some speed now.
Pickoff move. Pickoff move is on, but no throw.
Okay, so the Wildcats now 3-2, top of the 7th. Winder-Barrow will get the last at bat though. They are the home team.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Kip does lay it down. Sacrifice bunt to third. And he's safe! Atta boy! So 2 runners on here. No outs here. Top half of the 7th.
And I'm telling you, this pitcher that they brought in, he played right field during the warm-up. The kid had a gun. He was throwing, so I expected him to come in and throw hard. But he's like a junk baller. He comes in and he's throwing nothing but off speed.
Yep.
And we got a pinch runner now, Matthew Overstreet. Hey,
Matt
Mark
Overstreet
Audrey
gets in the ball game.
Matthew's now the pinch runner at first base. And that'll bring in Chris Sewell now. Chris Sewell hit out to left field, and left fielder dropped it for an error. He had a walk, and then he had a ground ball to the shortstop. Got on base with the fielder's choice. They tried to turn 2, but did not. So Chris Sewell now up to bat, first and third.
No outs. Murphy comes wide and pitches. Ball called low. 1 ball, no strikes. No outs. Here in the top half of the 7th. Richmond Hill's got a runner 90 feet away at third, and another runner on the outs. Another runner.
Chris Sewell thought it was outside, so he pulled the bunt back, and it's called for a strike.
1-1 now. No outs. Murphy comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Swing on and miss by a curveball. Good pitch in the dirt, or down low. Started out in the strike zone and broke out of the strike zone. That's what you want with your curveball. Takes the count to 1-2 now. Sewell comes back in, steps back in the box. Murphy comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball taken low and away. Count evens at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Top half of the 7th. Runners on first and third for the Wildcats. Chris Sewell standing in.
Chris Sewell, the big senior, seeing if he can get something going here.
Skylar Murphy on the mound for the Bulldogs. Off-speed breaking pitch. Was taken foul down the left field line. Same kids were running down there to go get it. Time called. Oh, ball's back in play. Murphy comes set. Chris is ready. Here's the pitch. Breaking pitch in the dirt. Gets away from Bohanna, and the base runner from first did not advance.
Yeah,
Matt
Bohanna
Overstreet
jumped all over it. Matt didn't have a chance to go. So runner still at the corner for the Wildcats.
Full count now. 3-2. Here it is. Breaking pitch outside. Ball 4. That loads the bases with no outs here for Evan Vaughn.
Evan Vaughn, he's had a couple big hits. A couple of deep hits each
Hit a
time.
beautiful base hit back in the 5th. Bases loaded.
Oh, and that'll bring in
time
the coach.
called by the coach. No outs here. Time called by the Bulldog coach. Going to go visit the mound and is going to bring everybody in.
He's looking at the shortstop.
Going to go visit the mound and bring everybody in to talk about it. Richmond Hill still up 3-2. Chris Sewell, who just got on a base on ball.
Chris Sewell goes over to talk to Evan Vaughn. Just give him some words of encouragement.
So Richmond Hill still has bases drunk of Wildcats. Up by 1 run. Evan Vaughn, the designated hitter, steps in.
Designated hitter number 23, Evan Vaughn.
And Murphy stays in the game. Coach comes back out, looks at him, he's throwing from the windup now. First pitch called outside, ball 1. There's no place to put him. Here's the wind and the pitch. Foul back.
The Nene-Nays having to hold the camera.
Thank you, Renee. The official camera holder of Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com.
The wind is playing havoc here with the net.
1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a pop back to the screen. Almost snatched the screen out of the official Wildcat screen holder. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
Freddie and Kyler, she says you guys will pay if she gets hit beaten by a ball.
Infield playing in. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike 3 for the first out of the inning. Breaking pitch called on the inside corner for strike 3. One out now.
Brandon Becker.
That'll bring up the sophomore Brandon Becker.
Yep. He's had a couple strikeouts today, so he's due. He normally puts a good stick on the ball.
He's hit the ball hard in this series. He's had a couple of hits in this series. And Murphy still playing with 1 out. Curveball called strike. Good looking breaking pitch. 1 ball, no balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top half of the 7th, excuse me. Murphy gets the ball, winds and pitches. Fastball called strike on the outside corner. So, quickly in the hole now. Brandon Becker steps back in. Murphy's with the wind and the pitch. Breaking pitch hit on the ground. Shortstop bobbles it.
He bobbled it.
And everybody's up and the run's in.
So the Wildcats get a insurance run as Brandon Becker hits a little ground ball to the shortstop. Shortstop can't handle it, can't find the handle. And that, no doubt, should be an error on the shortstop.
It will be. And Richmond Hill up 4-2 now here in the top half of the 7th. That'll bring up Will McGrath.
And we have Matt Overstreet on 3rd. We have
Chris Sewell on 2nd and Brandon Becker on 1st. Here's the wind and the pitch. Murph, ball 2. 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Bases still loaded for the Wildcats with 1 out. Murphy is throwing from the wind-up. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball called low. 3-0. No place to put him. Base is still loaded to Wildcats. Infield still playing in. A lot of pressure on this young man. Murphy winds and pitches. Get me over strike. 3 balls, 1 strike. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball called inside. Hit batter. Hit batter.
Yeah, hit by pitch.
Hit by pitch. Another run's in. So Wildcats take the lead 5-2 here.
Yes, that is awesome. And that'll bring up Will Schumann. He's been hot as a firecracker.
I believe it's Murphy's ball game now. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball called outside. 1 ball, no strikes. 1 out. 2 runs have been pushed across here in the Wildcats' top half of the 7th.
There's still only 1 out.
Still 1 out. There's a ground ball to the third baseman. He comes to first. Throw down by the pitcher, or excuse me, by the catcher, and he's safe at first. So 2 outs now. Third baseman makes a good play, throws to the catcher. Catcher Bo Hanna throws down to first, but the runner's safe. And that brings up the top of the order in Rick Mitchell. So Murphy still on the mound for the Bulldogs. Here's the wind and the pitch. Breaking pitch. Outside corner for a strike.
Yeah, you don't want to swing at that at the first pitch.
Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a
it's dropping.
Quail
dropping.
into center field. That should
He's
score 2.
He's going to try to score him.
Here comes scores 2. And there's 2 runs pushed across. The Wildcats take a 7-2 lead here now in the top half of the 7th. That brings up Braden Henley with runners at first and second.
Wildcats
huge
have now
base
scored
hit by Rick Mitchell.
4 runs and leading it 7-2. And that'll bring up Braden Henley. Rick Mitchell with a clutch 2 RBI single right there.
Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball called on the outside corner. No balls, 1 strike. 2 outs here. Richmond Hill's pushed 4 across here in the top half of the 7th inning. Here's the wind and the pitch. Inside, 1-1. On deck, number 18, Jackson Finley. Runners at first and second for Richmond Hill. Still 2 outs, so they'll be going on the crack of the bat. Here's the wind by Murph. Taken high and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two 1. Murphy comes set. Here's the pitch. There's a foul down the left field line, out of play. Evens the count at 2-2. Trip deuces now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Wildcats now leading 7-2. They've pushed 4 runs across in the top of the 4th inning and winning. Top of the 7th. We are now pushed 4 runs across, top of the 7th.
We said we needed some insurance
yes.
runs. There's a breaking pitch hit over the pitcher's
up the
head.
Middle.
Up the
Could
middle.
Be trouble.
Second baseman comes up, tags, picks the ball up, tags the bag in one motion. And we go to the bottom half of the 7th inning with your Wildcats up by a score of 7-2 over the Bulldogs of Winder-Barrow.
Wildcats batted around that inning. Jackson Finley started it off with that big double. Then a couple walks, they switch them out. Wildcats now. And look who's coming to the mound, none other than Wesley Daniel, the senior. Saving the best for the last. Wesley going to come in and see if we can shut him down now. 7-2. Wildcats win this one. This is the rubber match. The Wildcats will move on
to advance to play Lee County.
To Lee County in the Elite 8. Lee County has already defeated Northview.
Yep.
And so It will be 8 teams left. The winner of this, Winder-Barrow, they are at the top of their order.
I think the coach learned this time to wait for the pitcher to pitch before he walks behind him.
We were talking about the other night, the first base coach walked right behind our pitcher as he was warming up. And one got in the dirt, got away from our catcher, and caught him in the shin. He wasn't happy about it.
But this brings up the top of the Winder-Barrow order.
And they've done damage to us all week.
In the form of
first 2 games. Pat DeMarco, Trent Maddox, and Bo Hanna, the center fielder, third base, and catcher. The catchers had already had a 2-run homer this game.
The only
for
run
the only 2 runs. Yep.
Winder-Barrow. They had that opportunity with the bases loaded in the top half or the bottom half of the 5th inning when we went dead on the radio, but I'm glad we're still broadcasting, and I'm glad the computer gods decided to let us have it back. Man, I wouldn't touch that thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if it is overheating.
Please, Lord, have mercy, don't touch that thing. I don't know. We'll get our technical expert, Kyler Howell, to figure it out when we get home. But here we go, the bottom half of the 7th inning. And Wesley D on the mound. Here's the wind and the pitch. First pitch, fouled back at the screen.
That's all.
1 strike.
You know, kind of settles everything down. Foster, you're the man, Foster. Foster Reynolds turns out.
Coming to get the ball.
Yep.
Number 1, Wesley Daniels on the mound. Comes set. Here's the wind. Fastball inside. A little high and tight.
Yep.
1 ball, 1 strike. Trying to establish the inside corner. Got away from him. Comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Ball taken low. 2 balls, 1 strike. Yeah, Pat DeMarco's job is to get on base, period.
Yes.
They're playing
first
comeback baseball right here. Called strike at the knees. Evens the count at 2-2. On DeMarco.
The wind has now died down.
Wesley comes set.
Incredibly.
Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a foul down the right field side. Out of play. Count remains at 2-2.
So Wildcats 3 outs away from moving on to the Elite 8.
Wesley's got the ball back. He's toeing the rubber. He comes set. Here's the 2-2. Breaking pitch taken down the left field line. Foul. Good looking pitch, but DeMarco rips it down the left field line, but it goes foul. Another 2-2 count. DeMarco back in. Wesley back on the rubber. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball fouled out of play. Count remains at 2-2. Top half of the Winder-Barrow order up here in the bottom half of the 7th. Richmond Hill pours 4 across in the top half of the 7th. Takes 7-2.
Oh.
Count goes to 3-2 on a good-looking curveball on the inside, but called ball. 3-2 full count now. Wesley comes set. Here's the pitch. Fastball, got him. Big strikeout.
That's huge.
Huge strikeout right there.
To get that lead out by a strikeout, that kind of, one of their best hitters, that kind of, sticks a dagger in there. And now at the bat is their number 2 hitter, the second in the order, the third baseman, Trent Maddox.
Trent takes high and away from Wesley. 1 ball, no strikes. Big first out right there,
huge.
Paul. Absolutely huge first out. Wesley comes set. Here's the pitch. Called strike at the belt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's the 1-1.
Yes.
Good looking pitch.
Yep.
Called
Tough.
ball. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 2-1.
Might have been just a bit inside.
Could be. Good pitch on the outside corner, called ball 3. 3-1. Yeah, they're looking for base runners right now, Paul.
Yeah.
So he's going to be patient. Probably give him a take signal here. Wesley winds and delivers. Get me over strike.
There you go. Strike 2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th. Wildcats up.
This Wildcat team looks like it's been here before. Here's the wind and the pitch.
There.
Oh my goodness, what a great pitch.
Good pitch.
But call ball 4.
Catcher number 4, Wilcats.
So 1 on now. 1 on.
Our bullpen. So this is Bo Hanna. He's already had a 2-run home run earlier in the game.
First pitch by Wesley. Hit him.
The first game the other night. So, all right. Got a hit by pitch.
Exciting.
Wesley Daniel hit the catcher. Bo Hanna, he's done damage to us.
Hold on here now.
And now, umpire officially warns
bench.
everybody. He's saying, I don't know.
So he's been
Stacey
getting
Bennett. Stacey Bennett's like, why are we getting warned? It was their pitcher, their catcher, their batter who was the catcher. He was the one doing the damage.
Hey, come on, y'all. Come on, Blue.
So even the Bo Hanna, as he's going off the field, he's got some words for the pitcher. So when it's all settled, both teams are warned.
Runners at first and second here with 1 out.
1 out.
Hit by pitch.
We're in the bottom of the 7th.
Words exchanged. Courtesy runner now for...
Yep.
Courtesy runner for the Bulldogs, for the catcher, Bo Hanna, who got hit by a pitch, had a lot of choice words to say as he was going down the first base line. Umpire escorted him down, but he was still saying some pretty choice words. So, still up by a few runs, 7-2. Here's the wind and the pitch. Called strike on the outside corner.
And up the bat is number 22, Will Hardegrass. He's the shortstop.
Hardegrass was the first pitcher in the first game on Wednesday. Here's the wind and the pitch. There's a fastball hit in center field.
Chris Sewell camped under
Sewell camps out underneath it, squeezes it for the second out of the inning. 1 out away. And we move on.
And the GHSA
play
State
Lee
Tournament.
County in the GSHA Elite 8. So
this is Zach Smith. Zach had
starting pitcher. Yeah, sorry, Paul.
Nope, he started out, did well, held the Wildcats, but ran out of gas, I think.
First pitch fouled off.
And the Wildcats just tagged him.
No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom half of the 7th. Richmond Hill up 7-2. Runners on first and second for the Barrow Bulldogs. Winder-Barrow. Bulldog spelled with 2 G's. Wesley comes set. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball hit into left field.
This should be it.
Bill Schumann. And we go on. We go on. Wildcats win it. We're going on to play Lee County.
And that is the number 1 team in
GHSA. Number 2 team in GHSA, Georgia.
All around.
And the number 1 team in 6A just goes down to your Wildcats by a score of 7-2.
That is huge, folks. The Wildcats, Winder-Barrow was slated to take it all for 6A baseball, and the Wildcats just knocked them off.
Miter Surveying brought to you this ball game and this series. Big thanks go out to Mike and Tricia from Miter Surveying for your sponsorship and allowing this to happen. And ladies and gentlemen, we're looking for another sponsor for the next round of your Wildcat baseball. So we can broadcast it live from, I think the game is going to be in Lee County. They've got the higher seat than we do.
Yes, because Wildcats came out of the region play and as number 2 seed, and Lee County was number 1 seed.
So they'll probably be hosting us next week.
Wildcats win, folks.
7-2 here in Winder-Barrow Bulldog Country. We take 2 from the number 2 team in the state, the number 1 team in Region 6, which is projected to win the whole thing. And we win it and move on and play Lee County in the Elite 8. And ladies and gentlemen, these boys look like they've been here before.
Yeah.
They won that going away, boys.
I'm telling you, 7 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Wildcats, 2 runs, 3 hits, and 4 runs. The Wildcats had, I want to say it was 5 pitchers.
Well, that was worth the 2-day wait, Paul.
They had 5 pitchers, yes it was, to combine for a 2-run, 3-hit outing for the Wildcats.
Awesome. So, for Paul Green, this is Tim Melhorn bringing you Wildcat Baseball here at Low Country Radio, lowcountryradio.com. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening in, and keep listening in next week as we bring you Wildcat Baseball from Lee County and on our march towards the 6A Championship State Baseball team.
Hey, God bless everyone, and good night.